Good morning, it's your daily dose of complete health with your local chiropractor, Patrick Hogg. I really wanted to jump on and explain a little bit this morning. I quite often get asked, what is a chiropractor? What is it you're doing? What is the purpose of chiropractic? Maybe how does it differentiate from other professions? What is an adjustment? Well, basically, chiropractic is a holistic therapy that looks at the way that the nerve system is integrated with every other system in the body. And as a result, by affecting the way that the nerve system can start to function, we can start to improve every function within the body. And we can really split this down into three areas. We can split it into sensation, we can split it into movement, and we can split it into our autonomic function. So there are three areas of our nerve system that when we look at it, are actually allowing for every single function within our body to take place. Senses, movements, automatic function. They're really the three parts of our nervous system. But when we break it down, that basically allows us to move, feel, and control every single organ within our body. So by chiropractic, actually looking at the way that the brain and the body then communicate with each other, we can start to have an impact or an effect on the way that people will start to feel, e.g. whether that's pain or numbness, or whether maybe there is a hypersensitivity or a lack of sensitivity in an area. We can also start to see changes in the way that people move, e.g. they may find that their muscles become stiff or go into spasm, or they can become completely weak. But we can also sometimes find that people's automatic function can start to change. And one of the most common things that I might see here in the clinic is stuff to do with bowel and bladder function. So stuff like indigestion, and sometimes even changes in frequency of going to the toilet, because these are controlled by the nerves in the lower back. And so by actually getting the spine to function better, and by actually getting the nerves to fire better, we can start to actually have an impact on a lot of different places. Now, specifically, we don't treat maybe any particular condition. What we start to do is get the spine to function better so that the body is able to do what it's supposed to do, which is move, send the signals, and do what it does best, which is really fix itself. The body doesn't necessarily need anyone to put anything into it to actually make it change. So e.g. a drug or a surgery would actually have to change something. The body can actually fix itself. So say, for example, we take the example of a broken arm. If it's not broken badly enough, it's unlikely going to need surgery. Put it in a cast and the body's going to do the majority of the work itself. Why? Because the body is a self-healing organism. However, what can start to occur is there can be a block in that process. E.g., we may have some sort of muscle dysfunction or joint dysfunction that isn't working very well, and as a result, it blocks the process of healing in that area. So maybe a muscle has gone too tight, and as a result, that's putting excess strain on some ligaments or joints or bones, and so we're starting to see a degenerative process start to take place. We're actually starting to see deterioration in that area. But if we can get better movement and muscle tone and correction around that area, the body will start to heal itself. And that's essentially where the adjustment comes in. By moving the spine, we can start to influence anything from a muscle to a sense to an organ, so that we can start to see improvements in that person's overall health. So like I say, we're not necessarily treating any specific disease, we're just getting the body to function and work better. Now, over a longer period of time, some of my patients that I work with will start to see tremendous changes in their health. Now, a lot of people also don't really know what an adjustment is. This is where we actually help the spine to move. So a lot of the time, when we see chiropractors performing adjustments online, they're all the clicky cracky videos. Why? Because that is one way of being able to get the spine to move better, but it's not the only way. We can use softer and more firm techniques to actually help move that spinal joint position, get the brain to fire a little bit better, get the nerves to fire a little bit better, get the joint moving better, reduce the stiffness, reduce the pain, so that the body can start to move and function better, so that person can get on with their life and do what they're supposed to do. So chiropractors, like I say, focus on the nerve system. We'll look at the 3 T's that cause it: physical stress, chemical stress, emotional stress. And we'll then start to help you guys understand how you can benefit yourself, but then also use the adjustments to get that system working a lot better. Like I say, I use techniques, anything from moving the joint manually, where the bones will maybe, well, not the bones themselves, but the joints will make an audible release, often by the person that's on the table, a crack or a pop. This is just an audible gas escaping from the joint. It causes absolutely no damage to the joint. Or slightly lesser techniques where we use stuff like activators or the drops on the table, or can even do softer ones by hand when no audible releases actually occur. The point is what it all does is send a signal into the brain, allowing the brain to really wake up and be able to start reconnecting with the body. Because at the end of the day, our health comes from up here, because this is the thing that's controlling everything else. BJ Palmer, one of his favorite quotes was, "No organ is more important than the one that sits under your hat." I'll let that one sink in. Guys, until tomorrow, this is Patrick here from Complete Health. This was your daily dose. I'll speak to you again soon. Take care for now.